Hey, what's going on? Back at you again. Yours truly, none other than Brother Kedwin Yah. I am back here today. It is May the 18th and 2023 AD. We back here today, tea time with Yahweh and His Christ, Yeshuwah. As usual, we back to the normal format. We just gonna be bringing some things out today on the situation of are we still under the law? You know, there's a lot of different information on this topic. However, you know me, I'm gonna stick straight to the scriptures, what the word says, and we're gonna break things down the proper way that it's supposed to be broke down, precept upon precept, concept upon concept. So, um, with that being said, line upon line. So that means you got to understand the Bible from the beginning to the end, not the end back to the beginning, or in the middle to the beginning, from the middle to the end, from the end to the middle, and from the middle to the beginning. You got to be able to follow this thing precept upon precept, line upon line, concept upon concept. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to break things down exactly how it was explained to us in the early times of biblical information and the text and the order it should be given in. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get off into this today. We're going to get this, I'm going to gather up the scriptures that I have for you all. And while I'm doing that, just sit back, relax, enjoy the smooth sounds of the what I call the chill out music. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Tea time with Yahweh and His Christ, Yeshua. Yeah, let's break it down. Let's get into it. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Uh-huh. Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Yep. Let's get into that meditative state of mind where we meditate on the word and what we say. And of course, I do pray that we all come to one understanding on what the word is saying and what it's guiding us to know and how to apply it to our lives. And I have to say, it's not exactly a simple thing, and it can be complicated depending on where you're at in your life and what you understand about what the scriptures are telling us to do and not to do. So, we're going to keep it simple, straight to the point, straight to the scriptures. Yes, that's how we're going to do it. That's how we do it. Yep. So, as I get all of my facts together here, I line up my scriptures. I like to do that with ease. I don't like it to be complicated at all. Deuteronomy 4:2, King James Version. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2, King James Version. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. We didn't ask you for all of that. It's getting on my nerves, man.
That you may keep the commandments of the Lord your God.
Here we go, here we go. We ready to get into this. We definitely ready, even though they always try to put salt in the game. We gonna keep this thing simple. Yep. So here we are, back at you, Brother Kedwin Yah, and we are ready to start breaking this thing down. And the topic today is: are we still under the law? Now I want to carefully go through the scriptures, and of course, I'm always going to start out with the Torah, what's written in the Torah. See, you got to remember to pay close attention to what all scriptures say and what they all mean. So we're going to start out today. We're going to open up with Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2. Excuse me. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2. And you know I always stick to the King James Version of the Bible. Always. And it reads, "Ye shall not add unto the word which I commanded you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I commanded you." So, right here, what I want to show and display, that commandment right there alone in the Torah, it does away with a whole lot of things that came later on in the scriptures. And I'm going to tell you when the crafty council got together, which are the Arabs from Ishmael, the Yiddish people from Japheth, and the Europeans. These are descendants of Esau, descendants of Japheth. And we're going to stick right on the topic. We ain't going to get all off into that part of it right now. But we're talking about different characters that the Bible names when it talks about the sons of Esau, people from Edom. It's describing the behavior of these type of people and why Yahweh had differences with them. Of course, you know he had differences with Esau because Esau rebuked his own birthright, sold his birthright. He didn't respect the fact he was an Israelite, and he went against all the laws of Yahweh. He rebelled. He went out, had relations with women outside of the Israelites. And this is why that beef started with Yahweh and Esau. Esau wound up leaving, going to his own different area and coming up with a whole nother, I would say, nationality of people who were descendants of Esau. So we're going to go ahead now and let's move to, we're going to go to, we spoke on Deuteronomy, but I want to go in into Corinthians now. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. That's going to be 1 Corinthians. I'm going to pull this up real quick. 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. And that's going to be KJV, King James Version, of course. That's what I always go with. I don't like all these new translations they got. That scripture reads, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. Once again, 1 Corinthians 11:2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Now, here's another emphasis that we are ordered to remember and keep the ordinances just as they were given unto us, which is something we are not doing today in 2023. Yeah, let's keep it moving here. Now we're gonna move to let's go to Matthew chapter 15, verses 3 through 6. That's gonna be, I'm gonna pull this up, Matthew verse 15, chapter 15, verses 3 through 6. King James Version, of course. And it reads, Matthew chapter 15, verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? Verse 4. For God commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die to death. Verse 5. But ye say, whosoever shall say his father or his mother, it is a gift, but whosoever thou mightest be profited by me. Verse 6. And honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. So here, once again, is talking about tradition, how people will cling on to tradition over exactly what the word says. In verse 5, but ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, but whosoever thou mightest be profited by me. This is honoring the fact of order of what the mother and father position is in the family. So in other words, you don't obey your mother and father, you're not going to obey the commandments of the Most High. So, and then 6, and honor not his father or his mother, ye shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of non-effect by your tradition. So if you choose to come up with your own way and don't follow what it says by honoring your mother and father, you are a transgressor. You are against what the commandments is telling you. So let's keep it moving. Let's go to Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. And let me pull this up real quick. Colossians verse 2. That's going to be, Colossians verse 2. Excuse me, chapter 2, verse 8. King James Version. And it reads, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Perfect example in scripture of where we are at in 2023, because all we do today is follow traditions of men, and the men that I'm speaking of are all Roman Catholic, Roman Empire order, Roman Empire traditions. They are not in agreement with what's written in the Torah. And I'm going to have to say that whole New Testament is an add-on to the Torah, which in Deuteronomy 4:2, it says not to do that. Don't add on, do not ought away from it. And all the Roman Catholics has done is just that. The Roman Empire added their own stuff. They added their own philosophies in and their own traditions. And that's what everybody is following today. So let's stick with what's going on. Y'all know me. I'm going straight to the jugular veins and the meat and the golden nuggets of what these messages are telling us. So now let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Pull that up real quick. Matthew 5, chapter 5, verse 17. King James Version. And it reads, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Okay? Now this was Yeshuwah. This was spoken straight from the Christ. And clearly he just stated, I did not come to abolish the law or the prophets and what was spoken, but to fulfill. So keep your minds focused on that. We still in Matthew. We're going to stay in Matthew right here for a minute. And that's going to be Matthew chapter 7, verses 22 and 23. King James Version. See, we're gonna make sure you all stay right where we need to be on this thing here. Because you know me, I get straight to the point. I bring the information out and I give it to you straight out of the scripture. None of this is out of my mind. This is all from what the scriptures say. So here we go. Matthew chapter 7, verses 22 and 23. King James Version. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. And that was Matthew 7:23, verse 22 and 23. So let's break this down a little bit here. Many will say, to me in that day, Lord, Lord, I have not prophesied in that, have I not prophesied in thy name, excuse me, and thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. Now let's break that down. So what? Y'all don't think that when people out here worshiping false gods and they calling on different names of gods, you what? Y'all think these other gods, these other deities don't have some power too? Because remember, demons is full of trickery. They can definitely work some miracles on you and have you thinking you on the right path, but you on the wrong one. These most people today don't even realize that they are worshiping a different deity than the one they think they are. This is just how gullible we are when it comes to traditions. See, when you don't follow precept upon precept, line upon line, this is where you're going to wound up at. Especially y'all that want to hop right into the New Testament, which was no such thing until these add-ons came along from the Roman Empire folks. There was never an Old Testament until they came along. There was only the Torah. Then you got all these other individuals who came in, the Arabs came in, they rewrote the Quran, came up with their own Bible, they got their own deity. And that, did y'all notice all of these frauds? They all say they had a vision. There was a vision in the sky. In the Quran, Muhammad claims he saw this angel or whatever he seen in the sky light. But I'm gonna have to beg to differ on that one. Whatever he seen, I don't believe it was the Most High, Yahweh, and His Christ, Yeshuwah. But a whole new situation they brought on from Abraham, excuse me, my bad, from Muhammad and Allah. So there's your Arabic doctrine. And then you got the small hats, the Yiddish folks who came, their rabbis wrote their own biblical information, the Talmud and the Tanakh and the Mishnah. Those are from the small hats, the Yiddish Jews, people who are over in Palestine today claiming to be Israelis. I call them Israelis, the Israelis, they lie. It's not true. And then the Europeans came with a New Testament and the King James Version. They're the ones who came up with a New Testament and then called the Torah Old Testament. This is how they all trick you. This is where, and now I'm gonna break it all down for you. I'm gonna show y'all where all three of these groups of council of people, the Arabs, had a hand in the slave trade. The Yiddish Jews had a main hand in the slave trade. And of course, we know all the Europeans had a hand in the slave trade. These are all the ones who became confederate against the children of Israel, the children of Yahweh. So we're going to go keep it moving here. Let's go to Psalms, back to the Torah. We're going to Psalms 83, verses, this is chapter 83, verses 3 through 5. So I'm going to pull that up real quick, share this with you all, and this is going to be my closing scriptures. This is going to be my last one for today. So that's going to be Psalms. Let me pull this up. Psalms chapter 83, verses 3 through 5. And of course, King James Version. So let's get to this before I see I'm finna run out of juice. We definitely about to wrap this up, but I'm giving y'all the full message today. I'm not gonna cut y'all short by far. Come on here. Now y'all want to play with me. Come on now, let me do this. Now this is the most important. scripture that I wanna break down for y'all, because this is the one that shows you clearly how they do what they do. Now that's funny. I'm at the last one. We get to the last scripture, and all of a sudden, y'all know how the devil do, trying to throw salt in the game. Just give me a couple of seconds here, because it's not pulling up the whole scripture. It's only giving me like the first 3 lines. There ain't nothing but the devil, and you're a liar. Yeah, we gonna do this another way, since y'all wanna play games. Psalms chapter 83. Psalms chapter 83, verses 3 through 5, King James Version. Now let's see if they're gonna play with me again. This is unbelievable. This ain't nothing but the devil, boy. Ah, boy. That's what the problem is. 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. I'm gonna type this in, because this computer crap ain't nothing but the devil. That's all it is. We gonna make this come out right. Y'all ain't about to do this today. Watch. You will not outdo me. Now, here we go. Because we gonna break this down about this crafty counsel. Yeah, see? You ain't nothing but a liar, devil. Here we go. Now, pay close attention. Psalms chapter 83, verses 3 through 5. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now, there you go. Those 3 verses just spoke about what the Arabs were going to do, the Yiddish Jewish people, and the Europeans from the Roman Empire. Just gave it to you. Spoke to you about the crafty counsel. And in the Apocrypha, in the book of Maccabees, it tells you who the ones are that's going to make engraved images of themselves and put themselves in the place of God. Redo their images in the temple. It's all in there. This is why they took that book out of the King James Version, the Apocrypha, in the book of Maccabees, because it tells who they are and what their plan is. And it's clear what was going to happen to the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? We will be scattered amongst all nations. That would be none other than the so-called Afro-Americans. So, with that being said, that's going to wrap this up for today. Are we still under the law? I'm going to have to say, yes, we are. But you're told you're not by tradition. Paul gave a commandment, right in, I believe that was Colossians, when he said, do not take on counsel of traditions from men. But then he turned right around later on in some of his writings, and he turned around and did exactly what he said not to do. So with that being said, when you got all these characters from the New Testament, they're all an allegory. They're all from the minds of the Piso family. Arius Piso, father, Justin Piso, the son, and Justice, Piso, the grandson. Those are the ones who add tradition to the New Testament by having Paul write himself into the story. You got all these characters. You got these people who wrote themselves over into the story. And with that being said, that's a whole nother topic. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Are we still under the law? Yes, we are. And with that being said, that concludes this episode of Tea Time with Yahweh and His Christ, Yeshuwah. And once again, I'm signing out. Yours truly, Brother Kedwin Yah. May all be blessed in this world of mess. And I'm out.